My name is Phil Speakman. I am the director of a small firm called the MZ Shop. We supply classic motorcycle components for the old East German MZ motorcycle brand. Nothing more complicated than that. I have quite a large stock that has been accumulated via buying out the old stocks of the old dealer network in the UK, and I also bring in regular stocks in from various suppliers in Germany and formerly Hungary, less so now. I'm just going to recap really over what my experience has been since Brexit, since the 1st of January. And to do that, I've just gone back through my old Twitter feeds, to be honest, because I was pretty much putting out my experiences. So on the 9th of March, we got our first shipment through. Now, I look back at the previous 12 months worth of import costs, invoices, and we would typically get charged the following for a small, medium or large order. Now, a small order was approximately £1,500 to £2,000 worth of stock. A medium order would be £3,500, and a large order would be about £5,000 worth of stock. And we're typically putting in a £3,000 to £4,000 order a month, or thereabouts. So I looked at what we were previously paying: small, €25, medium, €35, large, €50. No other costs, just that. And it was delivered to my door. I could put an order in on a Monday morning, and the chances are it would be arriving on my doorstep on Friday, or possibly try and deliver it on Saturday, and I'd get it on Monday. That was normal the previous 9-10 years that I've been operating. For that first shipment that came through, which was a large order, which I would have previously paid €50, the shipping costs were €275 and 70 cents. Sorry. Now, customs hadn't got their act together then, so the entire order came through without anything being stopped by customs. So on that order, which was about €5,000, I didn't pay a penny in VAT, because I don't pay VAT in the EU any longer. And if they didn't charge it, well, I'm sorry, they missed it. Right, then I'll look towards my next sort of tweet, that on the 8th of June, shipping costs again for a medium-sized order, €161 and 40 cents. Then on the 26th of June, when that arrived, so there you go, from 8th of the 6th to the 26th, so not 5 days delivery time, we're talking 3 weeks, 20 days. I had to pay customs charges, customs and clearance fees of £112.50 on top of the VAT that I had to pay to European that I had to pay to the Revenue and Customs, which obviously we're paying VAT at point of entry now. Also, it means that I have to drive down to the depot to collect it, rather than it being delivered to my door. So that's another, and it's approximately an hour out of the day, plus the costs of going down there. On the 30th of July, yet another importing charge of €74 and 4 cents, £74 and 4 pence, and on top of a freight charge of 80, and that would normally again be 35. So the freight costs are gradually coming down. They were sky high in March. They're gradually coming down, but they're still almost double what they used to be. Also, with regard to suppliers, I had 3 main suppliers. One of them I've been trying to get hold of since 1st of January, and I've placed orders. I've received automated invoice, and then I had to tell them no, they hadn't taken. They couldn't charge me the VAT. It was over 100. It was a €4,000 order. So, but I didn't get any replies to my emails. I left voicemails. I emailed every single email address I could find on the website. I've sent them Facebook messages and Twitter messages. No reply. Eventually, I thought, well, I'm going to force this order. So I actually put a second order in and paid for it there and then via PayPal. So they had the money. I didn't get any reply other than the automated invoice. And 3 days later, I got a notification from PayPal that I had a refund of €3,935.06. They refused to deal with us. They obviously no longer see the EU. So they obviously no longer see UK as being a credible trading partner. So I've lost now access to certain components that I could only get from that supplier. So I will no longer be able to offer those components. Once my stocks run out, that's it, they've run out. And that means, I'm struggling to find where I can find them. I'm looking towards getting wiring looms manufactured from a company in Liverpool who used to make wiring looms for Reliant and for TVR cars. They pretty much make just testing looms now for AC Delco, or Delphi as they're known now, I think. So we've lost a major supplier because they don't want to even know. So you can see the effects this has had on my costs. I'm having to increase prices. I'm having to hold massive stocks. I mean, I'm buying what I used to buy 5 or 6 of. I'm now just buying 30 of a massive course. So I'm trying to hold probably 12 months worth of income in stock. So effectively, I mean, we're not a big firm. I have another business as well. I have a pub which is doing very well at the moment. I'm very pleased with it. But this business, really, I'm not taking that much out as I effectively try and invest 60,000 to maybe even more, 70, 80,000 in extra stock, so I can actually hold 12 months worth of stock. Now, the one thing that concerns me now is we're not even at full Brexit yet. And I think Daniel Lambert will be able to agree on this. There's more changes coming in the 1st of October. I'm not sure that's going to affect us from what I can see. I am concerned about the 1st of January because then I believe to import, we need full certificates of origin. Now, I've only been made aware of that in the last sort of 4 or 5 days. So I've got to start looking into that seriously to see what are the implications of that. For example, a typical invoice that I would bring in of about €5,000 worth of stock would maybe be 40 to 45 different product lines. So filters, brake pads, brake hoses, and then, for example, things like that. If I have to do a certificate of origin for each one of those, there may be a cost. I've seemed to remember off the back of my mind at £15 per certificate of origin. Well, if I'm holding and importing maybe probably 500 to 600 components a year, and I have to then start getting certificates of origins for each of those, that is another massive cost to my business, which will have to be passed on. Now, I assume once I've got certificate of origin for that individual component, then it'll stay. It's forever. I don't know. This is something I've got to look at. And also, are my remaining suppliers prepared to provide these, or are they just going to say, do you know what, Phil, thanks very much, but it's just now no longer viable for us to deal with you. In which case, the MZ shop will gradually diminish away till nothing as I lose access to components. If I can't source components, I don't have a business. And that's where we are now. So the uncertainty of last year, which I thought we'd got through, is now looming over us like a second sort of Damocles. And I don't see that there's any political will to change anything. So that's where we are. If anybody has any answers or any suggestions, I really would be happy to hear from them. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your time.